Hey everyone, Minus here with another add-on video for WoWPlus.org. This one we're going to be looking at Deadly Boss Mods. Now, to be very clear, Deadly Boss Mods does not need a lot of customization. Typically, right out of the box, you're going to be good to go with this add-on. It will automatically activate for the boss fights that it supports. Typically, it's install and go. The other reason I'm making a tutorial video for it is there are some things that people like to do that I specifically myself do that I don't think normal users actually mess with too much. So I just want to show you how to move the bars around your warnings and such and how to show it so you can. So it's probably going to be a pretty quick video. We're going to go through a couple options, but I think that this will help you customize it a little bit to your liking. So first of all, this is /DBM. We'll take you to this screen here first and just click on options. You have some general options. They're pretty easy to just read through and understand what they are. So you don't really have to do a lot there. Raid warnings. You can show raid warnings in the chat frame or not. I typically turn this off so that my chat frame isn't overwhelmed. And if somebody is typing something, which isn't common in a raid, at least I'll be able to see it. But that's something that you can either have or not have. I find that most of the warnings are going to come up on your screen, so you're not really also going to need to look at them in the box down below. We also require that all of our raiders use Deadly Boss Mods or some sort of it, this or bigwigs. So they're going to get their own warnings. We don't have to necessarily put it in the chat box so people know how to react. So that's one of the few things I'll turn off here. You can change your font and such. But the big thing is if you scroll down here in the raid warnings, you can actually get this button here that says Move Me. And this is the most important part of raid warnings, so watch this. This is where a large raid warning will come up. And you can take this and move it to somewhere you'd like to. So if you want to have it more aligned with something you're looking at, put it over here, for example, keeping all your warnings together, you can do that just by hitting Move Me, and this will automatically turn off in a few seconds. So then you can go to bar setup. So again, same thing. You can get in here and really change a lot of different things on these bars. Some of the things that you might want to change is font size or bar height. And the font size can be really important, or bar height or width, because when you have a spell that has a long name, it'll cut itself off. And one of the mistakes that I made was on the fight. Wow, what is the easiest fight in the game? The ENR. On ENR, just to see the location of where the next portals were coming, I made them small so I can make everything compact on the side of my screen, basically right over here. And I made them so small that I actually couldn't read where it was going to spawn next. And that, obviously when we first started, that was important because we didn't know which way we were heading as DPS or tanks. So I made the bar too small. So if you're ever seeing an ability cutting off on the default, you can actually change the font size so that it makes it a little easier to read for you, or make the bar a little bit bigger. So again, just like we did with the raid warnings, we'll hit Move Me, and this is going to be your bar setup here, if you see this. So this is where your bars will come up. Move Me. Then you can go into special warnings. Show example. It's your big sound effect and your warning. And you can set the position of that the same way you did on the other. So you can also do this. This makes it pretty easy. You can hit Show Test Bars in the general options, so now you can see where everything is. So now when I go into these different items and say Move Me, I can try to line them up a little bit. So that test bar expired, but it's still in the test mode. Bar setup. And now I can see different ones. Special warnings. Put that above, like that. Spoken sounds, you can get in there and start editing as well. But overall, you can see it's pretty easy to just move them around and edit them. With the bar setups, you can actually go into actually changing colors, like I said, or going into small bar options and huge bars. So the huge bar will usually be on the top. Small bars are these. So you can see all that stuff's coming up now over here instead of the middle of the screen where it was previously. So it just gives you a quick way to edit this. You can do a lot of extra features as well. You can read through all these. I'm not going to go through all of them. You can have special profiles. This is a testing one I made just so it would be normal. there's a lot of different things you can do. There's not a ton that you have to do, but knowing how to move the bars around and adjust them are probably the most important thing. So again, probably easiest video I'll ever make. You don't even have to do any of this, but I think knowing how to move the bars and how to put them in certain places and adjust their colors, transparency and such can be something that can be pretty helpful if you want to keep them into a field of view. So thank you guys again. Really easy video. Probably not much that you learned here, but if you didn't know how to move them before, you do now.